Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel. On today's video, we're gonna be talking about our wedding day. We're gonna jump right into it, so let's get started. We're gonna pick this video up from our engagement story, which if you have not seen that, you can watch it right up here. Just click on the little eye icon. So going from our engagement, we had a pretty long engagement. It was about...
I mean, that's relative. It was about 10 months. We got engaged on Christmas of 2014. We got married in October of 2015. But fun fact, actually it's not really fun, it's kind of sad. Whenever we got engaged, gay marriage was actually not legal in the state of Tennessee yet. So we were actually planning a destination wedding, mainly to Florida. We liked the idea of a beach wedding, a kind of a getaway with close friends and family. So we were like actively planning a Florida wedding.
Yeah, I think we had it narrowed down to either Florida or North Carolina, which North Carolina is closer than Florida, but we like the idea of it being a beach wedding. So we were tentatively saying that it was going to be in Florida.
See, we weren't really hardcore planning at this point because we had actually just bought a house in May of 2015. It was our first house that we bought together. And so we were in the process of fixing that up. It was a 1950s ranch house. We loved it. We loved fixing it up. So that was really taking up most of our time.
Yeah.
And the wedding was kind of on the back burner. We were fine with being engaged and like, we're really in no big rush.
Yeah.
Except my mom had an issue with us living together and owning a house together before we were married. So we were getting a lot of pressure from her at the time. She kept saying, when are you guys getting married? When's the date? We would tell her, oh, you know, we're gonna do the house first and then this. And she kept being like, I'm just hearing a bunch of excuses. You remember? She just kept being like, I'm hearing excuses as to why you aren't getting married. It was frustrating.
During this time frame, we had started our Instagram, The Property Lovers, and we were renovating our house. So we were kind of documenting the renovation process on our Instagram, which is really the main reason why we started the Instagram, kind of show our lives together, but also the renovation that we were working on together.
Yeah.
If you go back that far, there's still a lot of photos of us renovating the house. I think we've taken some of them down just because we were like, ooh, our design choices back then were not up to par. But yeah, so we were doing Instagram, we were renovating a house, we were happily engaged, we were kind of planning what we wanted our wedding to be. We knew that we really wanted it to be a bigger wedding, and I had always envisioned like a nighttime wedding with lights outside and
a big tent,
crooner music playing or Frank Sinatra music playing, and I don't know, we had this vision and it was obviously gonna cost a lot of money, so we kept pushing the wedding. We never really even set a wedding date, I don't think. Up until Thomas's mom kept pushing us to get married. And then at that point, we started to think about, well, maybe we'll just do a smaller wedding now and then we'll do like a 5-year renewal or something like that. So we started thinking about doing a smaller wedding, and then gay marriage became legal in all 50 states in the US, and that really pushed us into getting married. And so we were deciding on a new kitchen and the size of the wedding that we were gonna have. And we had priced out what the kitchen was gonna cost, and we priced out what the wedding would have cost if we did, you know, so many guests and did the venue and the food and all that. Ultimately, we ended up going with the kitchen.
Yep, and I don't regret it.
Not at all, yeah. We cooked the most in that kitchen than we have anywhere else, even more than this house. We cooked every single night in that kitchen, and we had wine, and you know, we played our music, and it was always an amazing experience. So I'm glad that we did that. I'm glad we didn't just spend the money on a wedding. So let's talk about the wedding.
We were actually late to our own wedding.
So when we decided to have a small wedding and to do our kitchen renovation, we decided what better place to have the wedding than where we spend almost 100% of our time, and that was at the house we were renovating.
Yep.
So we decided to have our wedding at the renovation house, and the living room was a good size for the amount of people that we were gonna have. We had decided about 15 people were gonna come to the wedding.
The floors had just gotten refinished. We were like 2 weeks out from moving in, and we show up up to our wedding, and like everyone's waiting outside our house. Like I said, we were like 15 or 20 minutes late. People were like tapping their toes, rolling their eyes, like.
Oh, but remember the night before so there's nothing in the house except one piece of furniture that we had bought at an estate sale.
Oh yeah.
And so we had that one piece of, it was like a really nice dresser for a bedroom or a buffet. And we had that one piece in there. And we were like, we need to make it a little bit more cozy. So we went to our house the night before, the one that we were living in, and got pictures of us and our family and maybe some plants.
And like candles.
And took it over and kind of set up the living room to where it could be somewhat cute.
That's right, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what we wore. I would say this was probably the biggest regret of our wedding day. We didn't put any thought into it.
Well, we did.
Well, we did, but it was
we were
like
we want to be comfortable and
casual.
And we went with flannels, which looking back on it, I hate that we did that, but it is what it is. We didn't spend any money. It was just clothes that we already had.
Yeah.
And it probably took 10 minutes to get ready.
But why were we late then? I just don't get why we were late to our own wedding.
I think we were working on the house that day. So we were working on the house, and then we had to go home to get ready.
Oh.
And then we went to the house.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah. So
That's crazy. So
yeah, we were like 15 minutes late. Everybody was not happy that we were late.
I know.
And then we rushed into the house. Everybody went in. Most people were standing because we didn't have any furniture in the house.
Yep, it was just...
We did have a few chairs though that we
brought
brought.
and like some benches, I think. And then it was like PJ's like really close family, and then my really close family. And then that was really it. And then we FaceTimed both of our older sisters because his sister lives in Virginia Beach, mine lives in South Georgia. So we've had them on FaceTime. So everyone was there. Well, it felt like everyone was there.
Yeah.
And we got married in our living room. It was very short and it was small and it was intimate. And you know, I wouldn't change anything about that day.
PJ have vowed in our presence to be loyal and loving towards each other. They have formalized the existence of the bond between them with words spoken and the giving and receiving of rings. Therefore, it is my pleasure to now pronounce them husband and husband. You may kiss your husband. And ladies and gentlemen, let me be the first to introduce Mr. and Mr. PJ McKay and Thomas. Congratulations.
It was just so sweet and personal and intimate, and
it was cheap. We spent less than like $150 on our wedding total. And then after our wedding, the house that we got married in, which was the house that we lived in after we got married, was right next door to a local restaurant. So we all walked from the house to the restaurant and just ate together as a family and friends and reminisced on past times.
I think it was very us. I think it's very telling of us that we would rather spend our money on our home or like a kitchen renovation than our actual wedding, because we're just very low key, low maintenance when it comes to stuff like that.
And we spend almost all of our time at home. So for us, home is so important, and we really wanted the kitchen of our dreams at the time. And I'm glad that we spent the money on the kitchen because we don't regret it. We got so much use out of that kitchen when we lived there and so much enjoyment.
I will say, another regret, we never took a honeymoon.
Oh, we didn't, no.
So like it's funny, every trip that we go on, we're always like, okay, this is the honeymoon that we never had. It's like every year we do take like a trip and it's like, well, this is our honeymoon. But maybe whenever we do our 5-year like renewal.
Yeah, so our 5-year renewal is coming up in...
next year.
Yeah, so October of 2020.
Yeah, that's right.
So not too far away. And we do have big plans for that. So you'll have to stay tuned for that. But we are probably going to have a larger renewal. We'll have more people.
I hope so, yeah.
We're going to have a venue this time.
It'll be more of an event this time.
It was very low key, nothing major at all.
Nothing fancy, very easy, and I liked it.
Yeah. But that is our wedding story. We appreciate you guys stopping by and watching our YouTube videos.
Yes.
We love sharing these stories with you guys. We love hearing what you have to say about them in the comments. Our goat is going crazy right now. I don't know if you can hear her, but she is on
babbling.
the back porch and she's screaming. But like always, you can find us on Instagram at PJ and Thomas.
You can find us on Twitter as PJ and Thomas, on Facebook as The Property Lovers, and you can go to our website, pjandthomas.com, to read our blogs and shop our apparel.
If you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed to our channel.
Yes, and if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and tell us down below in the comments what you want to see next.
Until next time.
Bye, y'all.